Heyo, I'm Creato. Today I'll be showing you how to build 3 easy farms that produce lots of items for you to collect and trade with villagers to stock up on emeralds and keep on trading even more. Also, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel as your support really means a lot. This melon and pumpkin farm is fully automatic and can be used to trade for emeralds with a farmer villager. These are all the materials you will need to build this farm, and you can also use any block in place of smooth stone. Plus, you will also need to prepare an 11 by 12 block space to build this farm in your own world. Start by placing 11 blocks in the upper left corner going to the right. Then place 10 more blocks going down, and then connect all the blocks together after that. Now you can dig out all the blocks inside the outline you just made. Then go to the block in the middle and dig down 2 blocks there. Also dig out 3 blocks to both sides of the middle, making sure the hole is 2 blocks deep. And then dig out 2 blocks in the upper right as well. Then you can place redstone torches in the hole and cover it back up with blocks. These redstone torches will power the powered rails later. Now you can remove the block in the lower left corner and replace it with a hopper facing left. Then place a powered rail above it and continue placing rails with the powered rails only above the blocks where the redstone torches are. Do this until you get to the opposite corner so that the rails can cover the entire area. Then place a layer of dirt blocks above the rails, leaving only the block in the middle empty for now. Then place a slab in the middle followed by a water bucket inside the slab. Now you can use a hoe to convert the dirt into farmland starting in the upper left corner. Make sure to make a checkered pattern with the farmland since not all of the dirt needs to be turned into farmland. Then you can place all the melon and pumpkin seeds on the farmland. You can place the seeds any way you want since they will all be collected instantly when they grow. Now you can place a few temporary blocks so that you can place an observer facing downward above the farmland in the upper left corner. Then place a piston facing downward right next to the observer. Continue this pattern alternating between an observer and a piston all facing downward. And once you get above the water, you can place a glowstone block there to light up the farm from the middle. Now go above all the observers and pistons and start placing blocks above the pistons. Make sure to only place blocks on the pistons and not on any of the observers. Then you can place redstone dust on all the observers. Now head back to the ground and start placing 3 glass blocks all around the farm. This will stop any of the items from falling out while also still allowing you to see inside the farm. Then you can just place a layer of slabs all above the entire top of the farm. Now go to the front left side of the farm and dig out a few blocks in the ground. This will be where the items are collected and stored. Place a comparator next to the hopper with a block in front of the comparator. Then place a redstone torch on the side of the block with a repeater on top of the block. Then dig out a few more blocks and place a double chest next to the hopper followed by a block above the comparator. Now you can place the hopper minecart on the powered rail. Then start covering up all the empty space that was dug out, leaving only the 2 blocks in the corner uncovered. And then place a trapdoor followed by a carpet for easy access into the chest. This sweet berry farm is fully automatic and can be used to trade for emeralds with a butcher villager. These are all the materials you need to build this farm, and you can also use any block instead of smooth stone. Plus, you will also need to prepare a 9 by 10 block space to build this farm in your own world. Start by placing 9 blocks in the upper left corner going right. Then place 8 more blocks going down, and then connect all the blocks together after that. Now you can dig out all the blocks inside the outline you just made. Then find the block in the middle and dig down 2 blocks there. Also dig down 2 blocks on both sides of the middle, as well as in the upper right corner as well. Then you can place a redstone torch in each of the holes, followed by dirt covering up the redstone torches. Now go to the bottom left corner and replace the block there with a hopper facing left. Then place a powered rail above the hopper and continue placing rails, making sure to place powered rails above the blocks where the redstone torches are. Make sure that there is a powered rail in the opposite corner from where the first powered rail is so that the minecart will be able to travel back. Now you can place a layer of dirt blocks covering all of the rails. Then place 3 glass blocks above all of the blocks surrounding the dirt. Now you will need to bring a fox into the farm. Foxes spawn in taiga biomes and can be moved using a lead. You can just place a few temporary blocks so that the fox will be able to walk inside the farm. And once the fox is inside the farm, you can safely unleash it without it being able to leave the farm. Now you can go ahead and place sweet berries on all the dirt blocks. The berries will then start to grow and will be harvested by the fox once a berry bush is ready to be collected. Also, don't worry if the fox picks up any items, since it will drop whatever it's holding in exchange for a sweet berry. Next, place trapdoors to cover up the entire top of the farm. This still allows daylight inside the farm, so the fox won't fall asleep, while also stopping the fox from being able to jump out the farm. Now go to the front left side of the farm and dig out a few blocks for the collection area. This will be where the minecart deposits all the items collected, and also where the items will be stored for you to collect. Place a comparator next to the hopper followed by a block with a redstone torch on the side and a repeater above. Then place a block above the comparator and the hopper minecart on the powered rail, and place a double chest next to the hopper, and then you can fill up all the empty space here with blocks. Now just place a trapdoor above the chest followed by a comparator to the side to hide the rest of the redstone. This paper farm is fully automatic and can be used to trade for emeralds with a librarian villager. These are all the materials you need to build this farm, and you can use any block in place of smooth stone. Plus, you will also need to prepare a 9 by 11 block space to build this farm in your world. Start by placing 4 blocks in the lower left corner as well as in the lower right corner. Then place 8 stairs in a row on one side and do the same to the other side. And then place a line of blocks connecting both sides of the stairs together. Now you can dig out all the blocks inside the outline you just made. Then place a powered rail in the upper right corner followed by normal rails going all the way down. And then place 3 normal rails followed by a powered rail, and then 5 more normal rails with the last one making a turn. Then you can do the exact same rail pattern on the other side as well. Now go back to the first powered rail and break the block next to it and replace it with a redstone torch. And you can also do this for both sides. If the rails move around, just break them and make sure they are the same way as they were first placed. Then go in the middle of the rails and dig out the blocks to where the powered rails are. Then place 2 droppers facing upward followed by a hopper pointing into the bottom dropper with hoppers on both sides of the first hopper. Then place powered rails above both the left and right hoppers. Next, place a comparator in front of both hoppers with the output facing away from the hoppers. Then place a block in front of each hopper with a redstone torch on the side of the blocks. And then place blocks above the redstone torches, which should also power the powered rails. Then you can place a repeater on both sides with blocks in front of them to power the powered rails placed on the hoppers. Now go back to the front of the farm and dig out 4 blocks. Then dig down 2 more blocks, as well as the blocks below the outline of the farm. And then you can place some blocks with redstone dust followed by a repeater pointing into the first block. Then break a block to get out and replace it back with another block. Next, place a slab in the corner with a comparator above the slab. Then place another comparator to the side followed by a block next to the first comparator. Then place a hopper next to the comparator and place your 3 unstackable items into the hopper. Then you can place a crafter facing upward next to the first comparator. Make sure to open the crafter and disable the slots on both the top and bottom rows. Then you can place a chest above the crafter followed by a hopper pointing into the back of the crafter. And then go back to the front of the farm again and fill in all the empty space around the redstone with some blocks. Now you can go to the back of the farm and dig down 2 blocks in the middle. Then also dig down on the right side followed by 2 blocks on the left side, as well as all the other blocks under the outline of the farm. And then you can place a comparator next to the bottom dropper with the output of the comparator facing away from the dropper. Then place a temporary block so that you can place an observer above the comparator with the face of the observer facing away from the farm. Then place a block in front of the comparator with another block 2 blocks to the left followed by a redstone dust between the blocks. Then you can fill back up the empty space behind the blocks as well as to the sides. And then place a sticky piston on the left block followed by an observer with the face of the observer toward the farm. Then place a block on the right and make sure to leave a gap in front of the observer. Now you can place 2 rows of stairs with a 2-block gap from the stairs already on the sides. Make sure the stairs are facing away from the dropper in the middle. Then you can fill in all the space between the stairs with some dirt blocks. Next, you can make a temporary infinite water source so you will have enough water to fill up the farm. Place a water bucket in each of the stairs so that you can place the sugarcane on the dirt blocks later. Also, make sure to refill your buckets and remove the infinite water source once all the stairs have water. Now place blocks on the back as well as on the stairs in front, but leave the blocks in front of the dirt empty for now. Then you can place pistons on the blocks next to the dirt and make sure all the pistons are facing inward toward the dirt. Next, place glowstone blocks between all the pistons on the backside of the farm. Then you can place observers on all the glowstone blocks except for the one in the middle. Make sure all the observers are facing toward the front of the farm. Then you can just place a few more blocks around the glowstone and observers. And then place blocks above each of the pistons. Now go to the back and place 3 rows of blocks there starting from ground level. Then place a few extra blocks behind the observers and in the middle. Then you can place slabs to cover up the top side of the farm. Next, place 4 lines of redstone dust, which is what will power all the pistons later. Now you can go inside the farm and place a hopper minecart on each of the powered rails next to the dropper in the middle. Then use the rest of the blocks to cover up the space between the dropper and the chest. And then place a water bucket on the dropper so that the items will flow into the hopper behind the chest. Then go to each side and place sugarcane on all the dirt blocks. And then finally you can place some glass blocks in front of the sugarcane as well as above the chest.